What's up? Dr. Kai Dupuy, Coding While Black, episode 100. Today is April 8th, 2023, and this is my final episode. I've been doing this for a few years now, and I finally got to the magic number of 100. And that was my goal when I set out to make these videos. And so hopefully over the course of the 100 videos, you can find something that's helpful to you and useful to you as someone who is working in IT, and even more specifically, someone who is a computer science graduate or someone who has aspirations of going into the information technology field, or more specifically even than that, to be a software developer or a software engineer. And what I want to dedicate my final episode to is the conversation around promotions, getting a promotion on your job in tech, getting a promotion on your job in IT. And what I wanted to say is that it is a very political situation. When I first started my career, I can remember I started off as a junior programmer, then a programmer analyst, then a programmer one, then a programmer two. And usually I got those promotions because I left one job or got those titles because I left one job and went to another one. I think maybe in the very beginning, I may have gotten a couple promotions where, I met a certain criteria, and because of that, I was promoted, given a raise and given a new title. But as I became more experienced and had been around for a little while longer, I started to notice that even if I met a criteria, I wouldn't get the promotion. And I started to argue and fight back and resist and, sort of question why I'm not getting a promotion, even though I'm meeting the criteria. And I would see other folks being promoted who were not meeting a criteria. Or even I would be in a position where I couldn't get promoted to, let's say, senior technical trainer, while folks that I am training, people who are coming in new to the organization, are being hired in at a level higher than me. And this is not a new game, right? So this has been going on forever, and it's been going on in other fields as well. It's not just limited to technology, but the thing about technology is that it can be so black and white. You meet these criteria, it's not very subjective, right? It's objective. Well, what I'll say to you, as what I've learned after being in this career for so long, and not just promotions, even having the job opportunity. I see this all the time. I just saw, and again, the research space to go and look to find this is LinkedIn. I saw someone the other day on LinkedIn that was hired in at a top tech company, not gonna say which company, as a senior software engineer. And you look at this person's LinkedIn profile, they've never written a line of code in their life professionally. Now, I'm not saying you didn't work on your own in your garage or at night, but that's not a professional software engineer. And if you've never been something, how do you start off as senior, right? And there's no mystery. This person knew someone at the company that he got hired in as, simple and plain. Same thing with the promotions. I'll watch someone and I'll see them in a title that I'm aspiring to get to, and then I'll go watch them do the job that I'm doing. I can see that I'm clearly better than this person, but this person has somehow earned the promotion, and I can't seem to do it. Even though everybody agrees, or whatever the job is, I'm doing better than the person that already has the title. So you got to be careful with the politics, right? One way someone put it when I was doing my research was, you want to be aware of how other folks are speaking about you to other people. Well, to me, that's the game.
Associated with this lesson.
Sorry about that. To me, that's a game. And I've never been good at playing that game. I just want to come into work, do my job in an excellent fashion, and collect my check. And if I'm in line for a promotion based on how well I'm doing my job, then that's my expectation. But in today's climate, in today's corporate America landscape, that is simply not the case. Folks will be getting promotions ahead of you, and I'm speaking about tech in particular, and they would not be as qualified. They would not have done the job as well as you. But what they have done is endeared themselves to those folks who are having those conversations about them. And I have never been somebody to key and buddy up to people so they'll talk about me in a certain way. If my work can't stand on its own merit, then I'm not interested in the promotion. And that's why over my career, I've left so many jobs, right? I've left so many jobs for that very reason. Are you interested in my work or not? And if my promotion hinges on me hanging out with you or treating you a certain way or laughing at your jokes or agreeing with everything you say when I know you're wrong, then I won't get that promotion. And that's been my career, right? That's why, like I said, I'll be looking for promotion. I won't get it. I'll leave that job, go to another one, and come in based on my credentials and skills. And so my advice in that area is always come into the position that you already want, if at all possible. And when you come into an organization, assess that situation, that political situation, that social situation. Some people simply can't deal with this. I know people who've gone into tech and within a year just left the field because that type of cronyism and that type of those type of cliques that exist immediately turned them off from the situation. And they were kind of like me. Well, it didn't turn me off to the point that I wasn't going to get my money, but it did turn me off to the point of I don't care about getting promoted. I have left that dream a long time ago. And if you don't think that it's true, look at Black people, find someone in a high position at a company that you look out that you look at, and then watch how they behave, watch how they are in meetings, watch how they speak, watch how they talk. They're not going to be people who are outspoken. They aren't going to be people who say what's on their mind. They're always going to be on the side of the company without fail. And it's been my experience, those are the kind of folks who get promoted. So, you can go that route and get promoted, and it works. My wife wished that I would have done that over the course of my career. You can start your own company. That way you are being judged on the merits of your work and not, this social thing. I remember when I first started, maybe middle of my career, my wife would always say, they're having a dinner or they're having a team building outing and it was optional for you to go. Optional, but held against you if you didn't go. Okay. And I never did those things. And then when I did do them, it still didn't make a difference because for some reason I was never quite what I needed to be. And I shouldn't say never. Like I said, I have earned some promotions. But in the last part of my career, say the last 10 years, it's never, I don't seem to ever measure up to what it takes to get promoted. And I'm okay with that if I'm not qualified and I don't have the credentials. But then when I see someone else, a colleague, get the promotion and they're not doing the job as well as I'm doing, what do I attribute that to? What is the reason for that? Or I can follow and see people, right? They'll leave one job, they'll go into another job, another organization, and they're getting promoted that way just as I did, except that they always know someone at the job that they're going to, right? They follow them. So someone leaves, let's say Microsoft, and then they go to Amazon, but they didn't do that until someone they already knew they worked at Microsoft move over to Amazon. Or someone works at Microsoft, and they go over to Google, right? And then their friend comes over to Google. People say, oh, that's networking. Yeah, it's networking, but does that type of networking work for us? It definitely doesn't work for us when we're talking about just Black people, right? And so does it work for us in any way without you having to sell your soul? Can you be your authentic self, do what's needed to be promoted and get the promotion? Or do you have to be a certain kind of way and do the work and get the promotion? So anyway, that's my thought for today. I'm going to title this, the unfairness or the fakeness that's required to earn promotion in tech. I don't know how other folks feel about it. I don't care. I'm telling you my experience. And I'm sure there are people out there who do the work and they being themselves and get promotions. But I think that's the exception to the rule. It is certainly not the norm. So once again, it's your boy, Dr. Kai Dupree. This was episode 100, Coding While Black. Spent a little time talking about promotions on this Saturday, April 8th, 2023. That's it. I'm signing off. I may start another channel, but it won't be dedicated to this topic. Take care. Tell a friend, like, subscribe. Anybody that needs this information, let them come get it. Peace.